Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, my name is Jagola, or if you are regular on here, thank you so much for coming back. So today I'm going to be talking about my pregnancy journey, my first trimester, and the symptoms and how I overcame some, because some of the symptoms are not easy to overcome or get past, but then I'm going to share with you how I felt, because not everybody feels the same way in their first trimester. Some people feel much better and some people feel worse, but I guess I was in between. But at the end of the day, I would like to share all of that with you guys. So I found out I was pregnant very early. I was 3 days, in 3 weeks and a few days gone, like 3 weeks and maybe 2 days. But I didn't start feeling sick immediately, and then I went to my cousin's house, and then that's when I started feeling sick. I woke up with heartburn. At the time I was already in my 5th week, week 5, day 1, and I kind of knew I was pregnant. I knew I was pregnant already because I was going cold shopping with my cousin. And then when I woke up, I woke up with this very hurtful rib pain. It was more like my ulcer pain, but then this was worse. And then like my rib, like just under my breastbone, was hurting a lot. And then that was like the beginning of the old stress and the old first trimester trauma. So after the ulcer pain, the second thing that kind of laid me down was also the heartburn. I was having acid reflux. Like, it was a continuous process. First it started with my rib paining me, and then I started having heartburn. Then it moved to constipation. For days I wouldn't be able to use the bathroom, and then it led to smelly gas. Like, once I fart, everywhere is always smelling extremely bad. It's always like a PSP car passed by. It used to make me, I used to be very embarrassed, but it's not this. Fourth symptom was change in my taste bud. At week 5, I wasn't tasting right anymore. I almost thought I had COVID stuff because it was that bad. I wasn't tasting right. I was tasting something metallic. Sometimes it feels like there's blood in my mouth. But yeah, my taste buds changed. That was after my ultrasound. I did my ultrasound in week 5, day 5. So and then after then, I started having nausea. I was throwing up bad. It wasn't just throwing up sharp. Only when I smelled something like really offensive, like things that didn't used to make me throw up before started making me throw up. A particular noodle, golden penny noodles, I couldn't eat it. I couldn't even stay where they're making that noodles. I couldn't stay where they were making rice. I couldn't stay where they were boiling meat. I always leave the entire space once they start making those meals, because it makes me throw up. Even when I eat semo, I might be able to link a picture or a video. I don't know if it's a picture or a video of one time that I took semo, and then it made my throat very bloated, and I started throwing up, and I had like an injury in my throat, so I was throwing up blood at the same time with the semo. So that was one of the foods that I had to stop taking during my first trimester. And then because of this eye sense in my smell, I detested perfumes, body creams, shaving creams, everything. It wasn't even making any sense to me. Like, after I take a shower, I can't even spray myself. I cannot cream my body. I can't use my scrub, because once I put something across my face, and it smells bad, I start throwing up. And excuse me, if I start throwing up, I'll throw up whatever it is that I've had all through the day. If I smell whatever it is at night, I'll throw up whatever it is I had in the morning and in the afternoon. I won't stop until I throw up the first meal that I had. So most of the time I try to avoid smelling these things so that I don't have to throw up, you know. And then moving on, I think, I don't know what number I am, but I had like extreme fatigue. I was always so tired. At some point I couldn't walk by myself, majorly because of my rib pain. I couldn't stand straight, so I was always crawling. Yeah, extreme fatigue. Like it dealt with me. Like I was always very tired. It was more like I was overworking myself. Meanwhile, I wasn't even doing any work. And then I had insomnia. I couldn't sleep, and I always felt like pregnant people always need to sleep. In Nollywood movies, the way they know you are pregnant is with you throwing up first, throwing up a white substance, and then perhaps you're sleeping a lot. But this wasn't happening to me. I wasn't throwing up any white substance. Instead, I was throwing up something lemon, and I wasn't even just throwing up anyhow. It was only when I smell something I do not like. That's when I throw up. I just don't throw up anyhow. And the insomnia was a bit confusing because I didn't feel like I was supposed to be going through that. I was always sleeping for just 2 hours, and then I wake up and I have to rehearse how to sleep back. It takes me about 30 to 1 hour, like 30 minutes to 1 hour to sleep back. It was, I did not like the experience at all, because who wants to be disturbed while they're sleeping? Yeah, so I had insomnia, and yeah, I had a reaction to light and sound. That one was even, till now, I feel like I still don't like so much light. Currently, I'm not shooting with my ring lights. I'm shooting with just direct sunlight, because I feel like I'm going to have a headache. Even if I'm not, like currently I'm not shooting this video in my first trimester. I'm already past, like way past, But then, because in my first trimester, I could barely even hold my phone. I wasn't receiving certain calls. I was chatting less. When I'm chatting, I reduce my brightness to the very last, because I don't want something entering my face, because once the light is much, I start having headache. And the headache was not always regular. It was very severe. I was having so much headache that it affects my eyes. This is another point. Anyway, the headache affects my eyes so much, so I try to avoid light. I would always wear a face mask, like something to cover my eyes. It's like a sleeping this thing, so that light won't penetrate into my eyes. And the noise, everybody knew their phone had to be reduced. If you are about to receive a call and you don't pick that call fast, I'm coming to turn everything off. So everybody was always quick to pick up their calls. Once the TV comes on and it's too loud, they're trying to find the remote to reduce the TV, because I'll be very uncomfortable. And my mom and my sister were very helpful, trying to make things easier for me at the time. And then moving on, I had increase in hunger. This one I did not expect, because the people that had already asked about their pregnancy journey before I got pregnant, they always tell me in their first trimester they're not able to eat and this and that. But in my own first trimester, I think I ate more than I eat regularly. I eat every 2 hours, guys. Like once I wake up, if I wake up 7 a.m., I'm eating my next meal by 9. Most of the time I wake up by 9, actually, because I don't want to wake up so early. it will increase the food I will have to be eating that day. So I woke up by 9. And then when it's like 11 or 12, I'll eat another meal, then 2, then I'll take a nap so I don't eat. The nap is not, it's by first nap. I'll sleep for a while. Once I wake up, I'm eating. I might wake up like 4, 5, like, I don't know, 4 or 5. I'll make sure I eat again. I eat up like 5 to 6 times daily, but now it has reduced. But yeah, I used to eat a lot. And then in the process of eating, who eats without drinking water? I'm someone that drinks water before she starts eating, so it can aid digestion. But at the time, water was so bitter. I was taking pure water. We take pure water in the house. Then it wasn't working for me. I started taking bottled water. Sometimes it doesn't work. Then I started taking tap water because I just, you really need to drink water, but you're not able to. I could not believe that water was bitter. Water is not supposed to be bitter because it's not even supposed to have a particular taste anyway, but then this was bitter. So I couldn't take water. Most of the time, if I need to take water, it will even be very little. But then I was taking juice, like chivita. Most of the time, I'll have to dilute it with the water so that my sugar level will not be so high. Because in the hospital, we always complain about this one. So I would always dilute my chivita, or I'm taking Capri-Sun. I buy packs of these things because that's the only way I can have liquid in my body. And then my boobs. Currently, they're a lot bigger than they were in my first trimester. But this is my boobs. God, like in my first trimester, it started with tender breast. Like it would be sore, painful, very painful. God, it was always very painful. My nipple, most especially, used to hurt so much when I remove my bra. And if I go out, I wasn't going out often, but maybe when I go out and I need to wear a bra, once I get home, while trying to remove the bra like this, all my boobs will start aching. So I had I had tender breast, and it started increasing. My boobs started in that like energy, yeah. So and then I was having emotional drama. Sometimes I could be in the mood to do this, and then the next minute I don't want to do that thing anymore. I was having mood swings. My mom would say, I'm very peevish, Mama Koran. But it's not like I want to be peevish. It's because people are doing something that is very annoying. Like like the lights thing. Sometimes you know that I don't like these lights, and I know I know it's not my house or anything, but at the same time, like, let's be considerate. I'm in a stage, and like I'm going through a phase now, and it will be over soon. Why can't you all just chill? Sometimes I'll leave this place for them, go to another place. They'll still come and make that noise or on that light or just try to frustrate me. So I was always having mood swings. Little things just trigger me, make me very upset. Sometimes I'm like extremely playful. I'm laughing. Not like playful that, because I didn't even have energy for all those things. But like I'll still smile, interact and stuff. And because most of the time I wasn't interacting. So who has time for all of that? I'm in pain. I'm not about to start opening my teeth with you guys. But yeah, sometimes I could just be crying. I could just feel the need to cry. Like I'm too much of a hard girl to be crying. You guys, like. But then at that time, I'd always cry. And if I feel tired, I can cry because I'm tired. You get. And then whenever I'm in this situation, anyway, my baby comforts me one way or the other. From like my 9th week, I started feeling like a stony, it felt like a stone in my belly, and then it was just down here. I think I have a picture of that. So it was just very little, like my bump. I was waiting for my bump to come to get big, but it didn't get big on time. Even currently, I'm already in my last trimester, but I still don't have that very big stomach like people always do. So yeah, if you've gone far into the video by now, you should already subscribe and like this video. Please subscribe and that one. Yeah, moving on. So earlier in my pregnancy, I was cramping a lot. I was always cramping. My lower abdomen, it would always hurt so much. It feels like I'm being stabbed, literally. Like it hurts a lot. And then I'm wondering, we're still very early. You're still like so tiny and stuff. Why are you so troublesome? You know, like why am I feeling so much in this stage? Is it not supposed to be the end of my pregnancy that I'll feel all these things? But I'm feeling them now that I didn't know so much about pregnancy at the time. So yeah, I used to feel like I'm not supposed to be going through all these things now. Like maybe I'm supposed to go through them at my later stage, but it was happening all together, everything together, headache, cramping, everything together. I didn't have peace basically. Then I started gaining weight. If you've seen my other vlogs and other videos with my face showing, you know I'm a slim girl, but look at how pregnancy enlarged my coast. I'm in my third trimester anyway, like I said, so I'm much bigger than in my first trimester. I might link a video of how I looked in my first trimester. I wasn't this big, but I started gaining weight bit by bit. I was weighing 48 before, then it moved to like 52 or 53. I remember like my antenatal at the time, I was weighing 53 kg when we did a weight check. Yeah, and you know, with everything that was going on, I started feeling the need to quit. I don't want to continue the journey anymore. I knew that I wanted this baby so bad, but psychologically, yes, I want the baby, but physically, I could not continue. I really wanted to just stop. Like maybe now is not the time for me to have this baby, and a whole lot of things were even going on at the time that wanted me to quit and stop this baby journey. But then, to God be the glory, we are almost done. Yeah. Whenever I remember my first trimester, like Jesus, I always just feel like maybe big. Like I don't think I want to have so many babies anymore, because I used to want 4, but currently they've reduced. I need to know about the amount of kids that I want to have. Only if a miracle happens and I have twins. Maybe that's when I can have up to 4 again. But if it's going to be single kids, that 4 is not happening. I think that people always say the first trimester is from your week 1 to your week 12. For me, it wasn't even that way. I still felt that way, like being nauseous and all of that, till the end of my 14th week. My man came around in my 15th week, came to Lagos, because he stays in Abuja and I stay in Lagos. But currently I'm not in Abuja. But he came to Lagos and then I started feeling better. I don't know if it's because I saw him, but I feel like that was when I started having energy. My 15th week, the first day of my 15th week, that's when I started feeling healthy enough and better. I could already stand, not for long, but I could already stand and I'm already feeling better. So I feel like my first trimester ended at the end of my 14th week. That's when I started feeling better. It might be different for you, but that's how it is for me. And I know a couple of other people that can relate to my pregnancy feelings, you know. I hope I mentioned that I had a very high sense of smell. You know, like perhaps it was my high sense of smell that made me always vomit. Because once I tap into any smell that is awful, it doesn't even necessarily have to be awful safe. It could be just a regular smell. But the fact that I was pregnant and my hormones were changing and stuff, I was always smelling what like stupid things that were not supposed to be a problem would make me throw up and stuff. So I had sense of smell. Sometimes my armpit smells a little like it has this foul smell. And then when I tell my younger sister to come and smell it, oh, what does it smell like? She will say it's not smelling now, it's just like regular armpits. But in my own nose, that's not what I'm smelling. I could be smelling something, I don't know. It was just bad. It was just very bad. It was like locust beans. Truth. But then every other person doesn't smell that. But I can smell it. You know. So yeah, I had essence of smell. And then excess saliva. I remember when I was in my 5th week, I woke up drooling. I had drools all over my pillow. So there was so much saliva. The only way that I was able to fix that, even if it didn't even get fixed, because my mom was trying to do all this traditional stuff, take this, take that. She bought bitter cola that I should break it in my mouth and chew it. I had a friend too. My friend this way, she had twins. She would always tell me to also use bitter cola. But this thing wasn't working for me because once I break it inside my mouth, the bitter taste leaves almost immediately because the saliva was so much that it will cover up all the, because they will just say put it in your mouth and then just chew. But it wasn't working for me. I was still spitting a lot. So once I break the bitter cola, I'll suck out the juice and like spread it in my mouth. Once I start feeling like saliva wants to pile up again, I'll take the bitter cola again, crunch it so the juice can be all over my mouth. So I guess that made it reduced, and I was taking a lot of bubble gum. Like now, because my saliva has not really, it does not reduce. Like it has reduced, but it's not like it has not gone. Let me put it that way. But I'm not the one to spit on the road and start doing all of those things. Before it piles up in my mouth, I've swallowed it. Like I swallow it like my regular. Once I get like I have small saliva in my mouth, I swallow immediately. And you know, once you're chewing gum, you're able to reduce the saliva itself. So, and then when it got to my 2nd trimester, which I will be talking about soon, I was taking a little water. Once I feel like there's about to be saliva in my mouth, I'll drink little water. I always have a bottle of water with me, so I'll drink water. Everywhere I go, I always have a flask, like a bottle of water with me. So, like, because I didn't start drinking water until my 2nd trimester. I don't feel like that information is needed here because we're still talking about my 1st trimester. So yeah, if you've gone far into the video, like we're at the end of the video, yeah, but please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like my video. You can check other videos as well and like them, or comment, whatever. If you have questions, you can as well ask. You know, if you're a 1st-time mom, just know that all of this will be over soon, and it's just a phase. Your 2nd trimester is going to be, that's the best. It's just the 2nd trimester. Your 1st and your 3rd, trust me, the 1st is worse anyway, but then your 2nd trimester, you might not even feel pregnant again. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, oh, like until I look at my bump before I realize that, oh yeah, I still have something going on here. But in your 1st trimester, there's no way you wake up even without seeing a bump. Because in my 1st trimester, I didn't see it. I didn't have a bump like that. It was not. There was nothing there. I still had my very fat belly. But your second trimester is going to be much better, and just stay strong for yourself and for your baby. You know, in a few months' time, you're carrying the love of your life. So, thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate it. See you in the next video.